listening to men who have no authority. How can a man say that you are of low value after 35? How can a man say that you do not have the level of traction of a high-powered man when that man has got to get a GoFundMe for his funeral?
Bruh. Pastor Bryant, I'm going to need you to call me, Noob. I mean, it's one thing to not agree with what Kevin Samuels had to say in regards to women being over 35 and being unfit for marriage, but it's another thing to throw a dead man under the bus in front of a congregation full of women. And not only is he no longer with us now, but guess what? He's our frat brother. Are you not a Kappa? Well, what are you doing? What are you doing? He's gone. He is dead. And you're a pastor in a church throwing a dead man under the bus. And the women in there that are cackling. Let me ask you something, sisters in that church. As all of you appear to be single, there's not a man in tow. As you sit there and cackle and listen to a man who is not married, as you listen to a single unmarried man who had multiple infidelities in his marriage, as you cackle. But Kevin Samuels, he was the problem. He was the problem. He was the problem. And now I guess that he's gone. A lot of the detractors and the women that didn't like him, I guess your lives are somehow better. I guess you've all found love now. You all have husbands and you're happy. You love your job and your life because this man being on the earth was the problem. And to Pastor Bryant, you never spoke on this man and he never asked you to speak on him while he was here. But you threw a dead man. You threw him on the ground and you drove the bus over the body and you backed up back over it again. But he was the problem. It's almost like people were forced to watch this man do his YouTube show. You didn't have to watch it. But you know what this is called? It's called clout chasing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm getting in on it. Yeah, and that's exactly what you did. You clout chased this man in his death. And it's sick. It is sick. It's disgusting. And you threw Kappa under the bus, bruh. If you didn't agree with him, you could have just left it unsaid. But no, he never once got in the pulpit or on his show in front of women berating you. And he had multiple marriages outside, children. Now he's in the church preaching to single women who pay his bills. He never did that to you, Noob. And I'm really hurt by this. So, Pastor Bryant, call me, man. Call me. Let's talk, because Kevin Samuels was a man. He was a noob, and he built his platform. Whether people agreed with him or didn't agree with him, the man genuinely worked hard. Number one, he was a hard worker. He never looked for any type of celebrity clout or claps on the back. He wasn't going out trying to get celebrities to be on his show. Number two, he was an articulate man, an educated man. And the only message that he was giving was for women to stop looking over the average, everyday, ordinary man. That's all he wanted. The man was pushing for the nuclear family to come back together in the black community. He not only got on women, he got on men too. And I just find it so ironic in our community, whenever a person holds up a mirror or points out self-accountability in the community, that person has the problem. That's not, I mean, come on. Come on. Whether you agree with him or not, remember this. If you're mad at this man, who forced you to watch him? Who forced you, man? Who sat in your house and said, hey, you're gonna watch this? And to the people that sat and watched him and often complained, it said more about you than it did him. Because common sense will say, if you don't like a restaurant, you don't go to the restaurant. I've never heard of a person that didn't like a restaurant that comes to visit the restaurant and complain about the restaurant over and over again, like somebody's forcing them to do it. So I'm hurt. I'm hurt and I'm saddened by this, Snoop. And this is just wrong on every level. And I get it. You have to play to your fan base. I get it. You got a church full of single, unmarried women, the majority of them. I'm not saying all, so don't come out here. But I'm pretty sure if we did statistics, you know, majority. You've had issues too, being in the church when you got the lady pregnant while you were married. Like, you know, you can't really, none of us are perfect men, and you can't throw stones in a glass house. Amen. I'm going to say that again. Look to your neighbor and say, we can't throw stones, amen, in a glass house. But this man didn't do nothing wrong, though. And what else I find funny? Like, a lot of women, a lot of females are up in a roar. They so happy he's gone. But these same women, you listen to rappers call you out your name. You're dancing to their music. You know what I mean? Even when they go to jail, you like free such and such. He done called you out your name. He done got you knocked up. He done gave you all kind of baby mamas, left, shot people. But that's who you want out. But Kevin Samuels is the problem. Man, come on, man. Call me. Call me.